guys, so yesterday we said we would talk about the Xbox One versus, I can't talk. The Xbox One versus the PlayStation 4, like our opinion on it. Honestly, my opinion is I don't really freaking know. I just always had an Xbox. I used to have a PlayStation 2 actually, and I still love the PlayStation 2, so I'm probably a neutral kind of person. I don't really know much about it. But DJ here said he's got a few things he'd like to point out.
I don't obsess over it like some people. Like, it's really weird that people that obsess over it's kind of scary. But, and we were gonna get both actually, so we could play all the freaking stupid titles that each one has exclusively. But I forgot to pre-order the PlayStation 4, and I'm kind of glad I did. There's a lot of crap going on. It might just be, I mean, a lot of people are claiming it's specifically the Amazon orders, but I find that hard to believe. If you go to Amazon and search PS4 and you look at the reviews, which are all like you have to be a verified buyer in order to review the PS4. So it's not people just going on the hate PS4 and like Xbox or trying to give it a bad name. There's literally just as many 5 stars as there are 1 stars. And almost every single one of those 1 stars are people that got their PS4 and either is dead on arrival, it doesn't work at all, or they started using it and they got a blue light of death. It's like the red ring of death. Red ring of death. Dun, dun, Xbox 360. But the Xbox, like, they got their shit together and they figured out what was wrong, and I haven't had that problem ever since I got the Xbox Slim or whatever it's called. It was on the original Xboxes that had that issue. But I don't get it. Why is it so difficult? I mean, there's only going to be like 2 main systems, and then obviously the Wii U, but that's a completely different beast as far as I'm concerned. Like, their only goal in life is to make a small computer that doesn't not work, you know? Like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, and make a little operating system on it. Like, it shouldn't be that hard, and they've had plenty of time to do it. I don't give me that crap like, oh yeah, well, there's expected to be problems on release. No, they've had years to work on this. People build computers now without any issues. Like, they could work on the hardware for years and finally get one thing that works and make sure it doesn't break. Like, it's so stupid.
As far as the concerns about the Xbox One spying on you, what about that?
Well, okay, so there's that convention or whatever, like like I said, I don't really keep up with this, but there's that whole convention thing when they first, like, this is at E3, where they first released all the information about the PS4 and the Xbox One. And everyone, like, instantly, anyone that didn't know anything about this stuff, they heard it from one person and they thought they were an expert on the subject, and they went around saying, oh, Xbox One sucks, I used to play Xbox 360, but I'm going to convert now because I'm going to follow the crowd and go with PS4. Yeah, the Xbox One has a camera that you have to have plugged in all the time, and it watches you when you sleep, and there's all these conspiracy theories and blah blah blah. Like, just because they had a camera and they said it has to be on all the time so you could talk to it to turn it on, and had to be plugged in the internet at all times, and you were supposed to get your video games online, and if you bought a game you have to, like, have it on your account and you can't share it, which made complete sense to me because as far as I'm concerned, like, if I put that much time into a video game, you'd make a lot more money if all the people bought it as opposed to buying it and sharing it with all their friends, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would get 5 sales as opposed to 1 sale for one person that shared it with all their friends.
It's like iTunes, where you're not allowed to plug your iPod into someone else's computer and take their music.
And the thing is, like, it doesn't take as much work to make a song than it does to make a freaking game. So that made sense to me, but everyone freaked out and caused a big ruckus about it. By the way, there were actually other rules too, like if you could give the game to your friend if they were on your friends list for a certain amount of time, so they made it kind of fair to those people. Like, they didn't completely rule it out. But everyone freaked out and they changed the rules, so now you can share your games. And now, I guess is there like a door on the camera so you can close the camera, and you don't need to be connected to the internet at all times. They fixed those rules so it's not a requirement anymore. But people still say it like it was they heard it once and they still say it like it's still a problem. And there's also another thing going on. Again, I haven't looked into it too much, but from what I did look into it, I'll tell you what I found out. So, I guess there's some certain games on release, PS4 and Xbox One, that are 1080p 60 frames per second on the PS4, but not, they're 720p on the Xbox One. That's how they play natively. And everyone freaked out about that. They're like, oh yeah, this is a second or whatever, third gen, whatever console should be able to play 1080p 60 frames per second. Well, First of all, from what I hear, the PS4 playing 1080p 60 frames per second has some issues. Like there's drop frames and stuff. And who knows, that could be what's causing the blue light of death for all these people. And second of all, another thing I've read is that the Xbox One is capable of doing that. And it should be patched at some point. But I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I understand, it uses a certain type of RAM that may need extra resources for the people that are making it because it's kind of a newer technology, and in order to access that RAM to its full potential, the game developers have to do a certain thing that they're not really used to doing, and there's a whole rush to get games out for these new gen consoles, so they didn't really take the time to do that. Either they're lazy or they just don't have the resources to do it. And that could be fixed over time with like an update or something. And with that said, if that's true, then that technically means, that doesn't mean that the Xbox One is less superior to the PS4. It actually means it's more superior because it has newer technology. It just hasn't been fully accessed yet because that particular technology is above and beyond the PS4's technology. If that's true. Like I said, I don't know if it's completely true. That's what I read. And it makes sense to me. So what are your thoughts, I guess?
So what I got out of this is all the problems that everybody is saying about Xbox One have been resolved pretty much, except for the 720p.
Or will be resolved.
Except for the 720p thing, right?
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 4's one issue is people are getting it dead on arrival or the blue ring of death.
But that could just be an Amazon thing from what a lot of people are saying. But I don't buy that. Like, I think that's just the people standing up for PS4.
So either way,
like literally, if you go,
it's back to preference. Whether you like the Xbox 360, or Xbox One, or you like the PS4. So it's like weird to me that people fight over it.
As far as I'm concerned, there's not really much of a difference. It is completely preference. For me, the whole Mac versus PC thing is not preference. That's just like, I'm not even gonna get into that. But
for me, it is preference.
For the PS4 and the Xbox One, that's just freaking preference. Like, which games do you want to play? Which controller would you rather play? And for me, I hate the PS4 controller. I had a PS2 and I got used to it, but I was always like, dude, this controller is so bulky and annoying. I hate where the freaking joysticks are placed. And it kind of gave me like wrist problems. But then when I got my first Xbox, like immediately it made sense to me to have like where everything was placed. It just made sense, and that's why I've been playing the Xbox ever since then. That's literally the reason. And I know you could probably get like a PlayStation controller and play it on, Xbox controller and play it on the PS4, but that's just stupid, you know? I mean, then you'd be all confused about what buttons to press and stuff because like how the control way, like just get an Xbox for Xbox controller if you really want the controller that bad, and that's really how I feel. And also, you can't play Halo. Like Halo plays better on the Xbox. Because it doesn't play at all on the PS4. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, you know. Also, I don't think PC, for you people out there that are like, console gaming sucks, PC for life. I don't think that that really counts as an alternative as far as like comparing, because I see a lot of advantages to console gaming to PC gaming. Because first of all, I like to keep my work stuff separated from my gaming. And games take up a lot of hard drive space. And I'd rather have a solid state drive than a hard drive. So usually I get all the applications I need on the computer to get real work done. And by that point, like, there's only so much space left on my main operating system drive. And I just don't want to fill that with stupid video games that take up so much space just so I can play one video game.
There is Steam.
Yeah, and you download Steam. You download the games. It's still on your hard drive. And solid state drives are small, so I mean there's not a lot of space to put stuff if I want to have a fast computer that boots up quickly and is a lot better than a computer that's runs
because we do music too.
Yeah, we do music stuff. Another thing I don't like about it is the fact that
that's just another preference thing though.
Yeah, but no, it's
totally different than those.
There's a lot of advantages to console gaming. I'm about to list them right now. It doesn't default use controllers for console gaming. You have to set up the controller if you want to use a controller. It's a pain in the butt to do it. After you already took up all the space in your hard drive to install, you have to go in and figure out how to set up the controller and do it right on a freaking controller, whatever controller you have. And it's just a huge pain in the butt.
Wouldn't that just be a keyboard?
Yeah, you'd use your keyboard and mouse, but if you want to use a controller, which I prefer using controllers in gaming, you have to set up the buttons and stuff. It's just a big pain in the butt. Also, online, you have way more ways to cheat on PC than you do
using console gaming, because like you could go in and like mess with the files, and that's all all of the online stuff I've ever done on PC involves people cheating nonstop, and it really pisses me off. Also, going back to the controller thing as well as the hardware thing, there's no advantages really when you're playing console game. Everyone's pretty much in the same playing field. They all have the same hardware, they all have the same controllers. They don't have, like, I mean, some people have like the rapid fire buttons, but those controllers suck. And like there's no really way to cheat, and there's no advantages, and I like that. But when you're on a PC, there's some people with like serious computers, some people with crappy computers, and it's just not really a fair playing field when you're online. The only real difference when you're playing console gaming is the internet speed, which sometimes causes issues, and people do cheat like that. But I mean, it's a very issue. Also, the servers are like once they get their servers set up, like you don't have to worry about being on someone else's like server or something. And I don't know. There's just so many weird things about PC, and I just really prefer console gaming. And the fact that most games are on a console, you just stick the disc in, you don't have to wait for it to install, or you can just download it, and it's just like...
I prefer Minecraft on the PC than the Xbox 360 though.
Well, yeah, like I said, there's certain games, like Minecraft, that obviously are meant to be PC games. But the main games that come out for consoles...
Oh, you mean just like playing a console game on the PC?
Like a game that comes out for the console first.
Oh.
Not Minecraft.
Okay.
Like Halo. I mean, I kind of liked playing Halo 2 on PC when it came out for PC. They haven't done that since though. But like even like Call of Duty, I don't even play Call of Duty really. But just like in general, I just prefer playing games on console. And then you're not slouched over a computer. I have enough reasons to slouch over a computer and give me bulging discs in my neck. You know, like and have like slouch over a computer with this stance going on. Like, I already got carpal tunnel. I don't need it more. I'd rather be relaxing on a couch, sitting in front of TV. I know you can plug a TV into a PC, but again, that's a pain in the butt. And just using a ergonomic controller that doesn't give me pain, relaxing, playing games. That's what video games are about. They're not about slouching over a computer, getting more back problems and wrist problems, wasting space on your hard drive, and playing with people that are cheating online. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think I don't know, I just went on a big rant. It kind of bugs me.
14 minutes.
It really bugs me when people say, oh, PC for life, console gaming sucks, because it doesn't make, there's no comparison as far as I'm concerned.
That was deep. We went deep.
The only advantage, and this goes against one of my points that are an advantage to console, is if you have a really nice computer, it could be cool to play a video game on the PC. But at the same time, I feel like at that point you're wasting all that CPU power and stuff in hard drive space when it could be used towards getting real work done. And that's my...
Unless you're PewDiePie.
Yeah, unless you're PewDiePie. He still plays consoles. But he plays a lot of games that are mainly for PC, which is fun.
That's his job. You scared me. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Leave your thoughts below on what you think about Xbox versus PS and PlayStation. And yeah. Oh, I made a joke earlier. I was like, man, if I got the PS4 and it had the blue ring of death, I'd be pissed.